I wanna feel the taste. I wanna feel the taste.
Alright, we should be live now. Hi, Twitch. Notorious RBG here. We're going to be doing the Q&A for the Pizza and Potions edition. Or Potions and Pizza, I don't remember what order it's in. It's correct on the stream. Anyway, we got Bilal here, we got Alkmaar, BeeBoz, Sarriest. We're waiting on Gribbly to show up. So there's a lot of new, how do we say, single-use cosmetics. There's a lot of temporary items that you can buy in the merch booth now. It's going to be really interesting to see what people think about them, and how everything's going on. Also, I'm going to switch my stream cam real quick to follow me, because this is actually really cool, some of the things that they've been doing in here. Just in this room, the Q&A room got a huge facelift. Got featured rooms over in the corner here. As when you come in, here's the welcome mat right here. It says quiet please, which hopefully people will obey that. So yeah, we're gonna get the Q&A going in just a couple minutes. We're waiting on Gribbly, I believe. So let's pop this over to camera 1, and we'll get this going.
Look at this, look how fancy.
Privacy. Do I make it privacy? Okay.
I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
Is it just me or are you much softer today, Gribbly?
It's just you.
He's softer.
Yeah. You're like surprisingly
the cookie's
soft
a little
today.
hard.
Hey, big day.
Hey!
Oh my gosh! Sparky, 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 Sparky. Are you here? Sparky?
Oh no.
You're alive!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, whoa. Okay, this is a new setup. Hi. Oh, sorry.
I think we're in.
Quiet,
Wait,
please.
where did
Froggy.
all my
Froggy.
friends?
Hey, look at this, how fancy.
It's been a long time.
How fancy.
Somebody said my name.
Hi, everybody. Please take a seat, please take a seat, please take a seat.
Remember when you blocked me that
Promise
one time?
pizza?
I don't remember.
I
There'll be-
messaged you on
there'll
Discord
be
about
pizza
it,
at the
so,
end.
like, I can't
Don't worry
do
about
it.
it.
See?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you on that, okay?
Alright. Sounds good.
Hey, Taco!
Alright.
You people.
I think we have a quorum. Alright, hey, welcome everybody to today's Q&A. Thanks for being here, we really appreciate it. Wonderful to see everybody. So, we're willing to talk about anything and everything to do with Rec Room, today's update, the crazy bug that we've been hunting down for the last couple of weeks. Anything you want to talk about. So, we kind of got a little bit of a new setup today, which Mama Monkey built for us, which is wonderful.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Mama Monkey!
yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Is she
And
in
so
here?
we'll do the same process that we normally do. We'll do hands up for questions. I'll pick people out. I'm going to repeat the question. Where's Notorious? Because we got a stream going. All right, there you are. All right, so we're streaming. So we're live on the internet. Thank you, Notorious. All right, so
Notorious!
let's
Notorious.
get going. Who's good? Oh yeah.
Oh.
If you've got a potion active, turn it off, please.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't want. Okay, yeah. If you have a high five potion active, please turn it off
Don't take my sodas, dude.
Why?
Thanks.
Wait, what?
because they're very loud.
Okay.
You can have
Yeah, and don't throw the pizza and root beer and everything like that. If you start
soda
doing
won't
that,
do this whole
we're gonna
Q&A.
kick you out. Okay, so just try to stay calm. We'll let you guys go nuts at the end.
back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright.
Hi,
BeeBoz.
All right. Thank you, Bilal. All right,
Alright. Thanks, guys.
Let's get started. Who's got a question? Who's got a question? All right, Mr. Bird, let's start with you.
Excuse me, I didn't think of one.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go with your hat. All right.
He's quite scared.
What you
Me?
got? Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm a PS4 user, so
Okay.
it shows how what you've added into the update.
Yeah.
I don't know if it said that the pizza and root beer is added into custom rooms, and you're able to pull it out of
Oh, yeah.
the box.
Okay, so, yeah. So the question was, so I think you're saying you don't really see the build notes on PSVR. Is that part of what you're saying?
I think so.
So yeah, the question was, can you pull out the pizza and the root beer and stuff like that out of the new backpack? Can you pull it out in a custom room? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can pull it out anywhere that like an actual game is not running. So you can't pull it out in the middle of paintball or in the middle of Quest or anything like that. But yeah, in a custom room you can. We already had a couple of requests on the Discord for maybe we should add a setting for like a room owner can be like, I don't want you pulling out pizzas in the middle of my room because, you know, there's certain kinds of games that could mess up. So we'll look at that. I can imagine us adding that setting. But yeah, you can use pizzas and root beer and stuff anyway. You gonna follow?
And can I just say something? Thank you for making the person's page a lot, like when you go into
all right. Sarriest, do you want to talk about that one?
It widens. Thank you a lot. I have a bunch of, like, it used to be 40 pages and now it's 16.
Oh, wow,
it's
40.
amazing.
So glad you like it. We'll probably be making a lot of other pages bigger as well. So anything which is browsable, for example, the rooms page. So if you're looking through the list of rooms, you can just see everything at once. Well, not everything, but a lot more at once. So expect those changes to come pretty soon.
Okay,
And if you have like any feedback on how it is, like if it's too big, too small, you don't like it, just let us know.
Okay. So then, does that mean that there will be like a setting to like change it?
Oh, so hey, what a setting to change what?
Like the
size
do not know. Your friends list.
To make it small again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not. I wouldn't say no, but probably not.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Alright, let's go over here to Sublime. What you got, Sublime?
The post about the update, or the notes about the update, said something about tweaking the resource limits on the sandbox.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little?
Yeah, totally. So the question was about tweaking the limits on the sandbox rooms. So on custom rooms, if you've built one, there's like on the sandbox machine, there's a bar that shows you how much stuff you can place in the room. And when the bar fills up, you can't place any more stuff. And so basically, for the first month or so of custom rooms, or for up until recently, actually, let me start that again. Up until this update, there was a loophole in the way we were calculating that. And so there was basically by never taking your objects, or by freezing a bunch of objects, you could exempt them from the cost. And it meant you could essentially build infinite amounts of stuff in your custom rooms, which people use to build some really impressive stuff. But it was not a loophole that we could sustain because, like, you can crash your entire machine and crash other people's machines, and we just can't have that much stuff. So we got it under control, and we're actually able to get the limit to be pretty high. Like, pretty much all of the existing rooms fit within the limit, we think. This is going to be an ongoing process of optimizing and making things better. Like, our goal is always to allow you to have more and more stuff in custom rooms. That's, you know, we know you want that, we want that too. So yeah, this is basically just, we got it under control, we retuned everything. Most of the rooms we know about still fit in the limit, and we also made it so that if you are over budget, you can always get a maker pen so that you can delete some stuff and optimize it a bit and then keep building with what you've optimized. Does that make sense?
Got it, definitely.
Okay,
and one quick question about the actual maker pen while we're on the subject. Just a little bug that I've noticed when I'm creating is when I click on something to edit and then I pull it back up to see the screen, it's just blank.
Yeah, yeah.
I see the light for it.
Yeah, so the question was, the observation is, yes, there's a bug in the maker pen. Sometimes when you click settings and you open up the settings page, and you tilt the maker pen up to look at it, sometimes that page is blank. That's Votivator
being... You tilt it down and back up, it comes up.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. And the fact that there's that workaround is kind of why we haven't gone in and fixed it yet. That's Votivator being an incompetent programmer. That's all that is.
Oh,
no
rough.
Yeah.
Not here to defend himself.
Yeah, not here to defend himself. So. All right. So, Mr. Bird, what you got?
You know how, you know how there are, like, the backpack is in the game now? And, I was thinking, what if you could pull out, like, objects, like how I could pull out my camera? Like maybe, like, something like that?
BeeBoz, you want to take this one?
I think that's a great idea, Mr. Bird. So some things we've talked about are putting the camera in the backpack. We've talked about putting the maker pen in the backpack. Those are things we're looking at for future updates. Ready? Yeah.
Okay, so they're updating.
All right. Okay, let's go up the back here. Emily, what you got?
Okay.
Oh, hang on. We got a mic coming. Here we go. Hey.
Hi guys. Nice to see you again. I was wondering about the bug that you were hunting down. If you could tell us a little bit about what it was like to get that.
Oh my goodness! All right, so the question is about the bug that we were hunting down that delayed this update for a couple of weeks. So we make the game with the game engine called Unity, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. And so we just ran into this issue where basically when you left the dorm room and you went to the rec center, about 30% of the time the game would just crash. And we weren't sure why, and so normally when that happens, you're like, okay, well, let's go back through the history of changes we've made on the game, and let's kind of search back in time until we find the change that made it start crashing, and we'll do something different. The challenge was we went back in time until it started crashing, and the change that we made no sense. It was like some really basic texture change or it shouldn't have made the game crash. Long story short, we ended up, I think we must have tried probably 2,000 repros of us on the team spending all day just loading from the dorm room to the rec center, from the dorm room to the rec center, and keeping detailed stats in a spreadsheet of when it crashed and when it didn't crash. It was not the most glamorous days of game development in the Against Gravity offices. The whole team were, I gotta say, the whole team were troopers. They did about 3 days of just trying to reproduce this crash bug. And eventually we found that by upgrading our version of Unity, we were able to get rid of the bug. And so basically it ended up being an unscheduled engine upgrade, which we didn't plan for and is always pretty disruptive because it breaks a whole bunch of other stuff. But we got through that. So now we're on a newer version of Unity, which is actually kind of nice. It helped on... So who's here on PlayStation? Who's running PlayStation? Have you noticed the performance improvement?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I actually noticed it.
I haven't played this game in a month, so I have no idea.
Okay, that's good. So hopefully we would expect that you'd notice, like when playing like laser tag or when playing paintball, you should notice a pretty major performance increase on the PlayStation, which is really nice, a really nice benefit. Yeah. So it was a crazy bug, really hard to track down, just kind of took the whole team kind of searching for it for a week or two to track it down. But every so often it happens. It can't all be fun and games. All right, let's stay up the back. Pigsty, what you got?
Alright, so when I was in Golden Trophy with Notorious and Jeff, I think, we were in the second level?
The second area there, yeah.
Yeah, there was a chair that was just crushed, and you could still sit on it, but it was really thin. It was really tiny.
Yes.
Yeah, so the question was, there was a weird crushed chair in the second room of Golden Trophy. So what happened there was we added a weird crushed chair to the second room of Golden Trophy.
It's an Easter egg.
Thank you for noticing. We appreciate that, yeah. No, in all honesty, I have no idea what that is. If people keep seeing it, please let us know. We're just glad that it doesn't crash. All right, let's go to Sword Duck.
Sword Duck. I have two questions on custom rooms. Firstly is with these new sound clips. They're about 4 seconds long, 3. I don't know the exact time. But they're significantly shorter than the holotars. And I was wondering, I really work on I like to put sound bites in worlds and stuff, and having that is really useful. And when I've been using these holotars, it's really cost heavy. But these sound clips, they seem to be way less cost heavy. But my one stripe is not having enough time to record if I'm making a story map, I can't record a whole story.
Okay.
It's a very short amount of time.
Yeah, so the question is about the... so let me hit that one first, and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
We added a sampler to the sandbox machine, which is basically like an audio-only holotar. So you can record anything with your microphone, so I can go and record it, and then play it back with circuits, and it'll go every time I press a button or something. So the idea is that it's a kind of quick and fun way to make any sound effect you need for a game you're making. You can just kind of make it with your microphone, record it. It's limited to 5 seconds right now. I'll talk to the programmer who works on that and see if we can expand that limit. I know she set it to 5 seconds to be kind of till we get a sense of how people are using it. We have to balance the amount of storage space and the amount of performance and kind of just get a sense. So the original intent was I want an explosion sound, so I'll go or whatever. But yeah, we can look into making that longer. We might have to do something like, if you make it longer, it costs more sandbox resources, but that might be a good trade-off.
And
what's your second one?
Yeah, and secondly, there's another like quality of life for custom room makers would be deleting custom rooms we've already made. And I noticed in rooms I get put owner of, because I'll be put owner on a list, and I just want to take it off my list. I don't want to be owner anymore, but I have to go talk to the leader, and it's a big hassle to get stuff off my custom room.
Okay, I'm gonna go against every instinct I have and let Bilal answer this question.
Thank you, Ken. Did you repeat the question?
Yeah.
So the question was, he wants to be able to delete rooms that he created, right?
No, yes.
That feature is done. It's gonna be in RecNet. If it is not already there, it will be very soon. So you can do it through RecNet. If there's someone in your room, it will kick everyone out and delete your room, and it will be an one-time operation that you cannot undo. So be careful.
And would there be an option to make myself choose to be not an owner of a room anymore, like without having to talk to the? Is there a way of doing that? Or is that already?
So there is kind of a way. If you want to keep your room, you can have one of the co-owners, clone it, and then delete the previous one.
No, he's asking. He just wants to be removed. He wants to remove himself as an owner without talking to the other owner.
I thought there was a way. You could
is that in?
do that. Yeah, if you go to the room, this room, roles, and just you can mark yourself non-owner.
Okay, thank you.
Is Gribbly talking?
Thanks. Look at that. Hello. By the way, Bilal, you look very fancy. Are you wearing a three-piece suit and a headband? Is that what's going on?
I always have to wear the headband.
Pretty cool. All right, Uni-chan, what you got?
Okay, behind ya.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, in front of you, Notorious. There we go. We got this.
So I had a question with the backpacks and stuff, and I was having an idea where like maybe you got like have you seen like Ready Player One and like all that?
No, not familiar with it.
Okay. Well, there's this subreddit called Relics, and they have like a one-use ability of a special power, and I think that would be something cool you could add to a quest where it's like an item that gives you a power-up for a certain amount of time as a one-time use. You can either like get them from mystery box or completing quests. I think that could be a cool thing, and so I was wondering if you were maybe thinking about that.
So the suggestion was, maybe yes, we saw Ready Player One. That's a fun movie, and we noticed like they had like a menu that you could pull things out of, and we're like, hey, that's kind of like the camera. We haven't really like BeeBoz. You might have something to say about this. Like, I know something that I've thought about. This is not necessarily something we're going to do, but something that I thought was cool was like something that I think is neat when we see players set up their own challenges in the quests. Like they'll say like, oh, we're going to do Lost Skulls, but we're only going to do it throwing bottles or something like that. That seems really cool, and it seems like could be fun to integrate that with items somehow. Like you get a special item if you can complete with a special challenge, or there's a potion you can take that activates that challenge or something. There's some really fun stuff there. I think now that we've got the backpack, we will definitely be thinking about what kind of fun items can we put in there and where can you use them. So good suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah. Good thought. Thank you. BeeBoz, you want to say anything about that?
That's what I said.
Okay. I covered it. Check me out. All right, let's go over this side a little bit. Let's see. Winter. I'm making you work, Notorious. Zig and zag, baby.
It should work even if you're not holding it.
So, I had a quick question for all the people on PC. With us and having like the RecNet, are you going to add a special a program to be able to create rooms through the PC?
Oh, okay.
Or
so the question,
do you have? Yeah.
So, maybe using a mouse and keyboard to create levels and stuff like that. Is that what you mean?
Yes, basically having more input options than just what the Vive and the Oculus and some of the PlayStation.
So interesting. All right. So the question is, now we obviously the game runs on PC as well as PlayStation, and on the PC you've got a mouse and a keyboard, and so maybe you could use the mouse and keyboard to build Maker Pen stuff or something like that. We've thought about it. We're not really sure, to be honest, whether we're going to do that or not. Like, I would kind of throw it back. Like, who would want to build stuff using mouse and keyboard if we enabled that? Some people no. Some people yes.
I like the option.
So I would say for this one, anything like this where it's like a kind of interesting one and we're not really sure, like come and talk to us about that on Reddit or come and talk to us on the Discord. We'd love to chat about that because there's definitely some interesting possibilities there, but not something we're actively working on right now, but definitely could be interesting.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Jolly Dog, what you got?
So I've started using Unity myself recently, and I got the impression that a lot of problems this game has are because of Unity. So,
it's accurate.
would you consider, or have you considered switching the engine?
Well, all right. So first of all, I don't accept the premise that we have problems. But if we pretend that we do, so switching engines would be. So the question was, would we ever switch engines? You know, maybe we could switch to Unreal, or we could switch to I don't know what other GameMaker, maybe. So, I mean, probably not, to be honest. Like, it would be a lot of work for us to convert from one engine to another. And while it's definitely technically possible, I think we'd rather, you know, basically all game engines have their problems. There's no such thing as the perfect game engine. Unreal's great. It's got its issues. Unity's great. It's got its issues. I've yet to see a perfect game engine. So I think we'd probably stick with the devil we know and just kind of and keep building on top of what we already built, as opposed to paying the cost, which would probably be like, it'd probably take us 3 or 6 months or more to switch engines, during which time we wouldn't be adding any new features. So I think I think probably the answer is no. We will stay on Unity.
But it saves you like a week once in a while of just debugging?
Right, so pay 6 months to save a week? Maybe. Yeah, no, I think yeah, probably not, Jolly Dog. I think we'll be sticking on Unity. All right, let's go over here. Who we got?
Such a long name.
Why did
I can't quite read your name. So yeah, here we go. Sparky. All right.
On first.
Grab that real quick.
Grab this.
Yeah, grab that.
So that's the amount of messages that I get in 2 weeks from people that cannot speak, not as they can't speak English, simply because they really can't speak in real life. And the biggest issue that these people have, and I'm gonna tell you 2 of their stories. One of them is, I'll only tell you her first letter of her name, which is D. Okay, D was in the rec center, and people insult her by calling her a trap. And she can't defend herself, letting them know that she really can't speak in real life. And they won't add her to message them, because that's the only way you can message the other person, is by adding them. So as the person's insulting you, he's not going to add you. Right, and then the second one was from a really good friend of mine. Let me find it, if my hands will stop tweaking. Okay. She said, I find it really hard to make friends because they don't know I speak in real life, and they don't want to be a friend to a stranger.
Okay, all right, so let me...
I was thinking maybe, you know, like how y'all got this chat thing, if maybe for junior accounts, don't allow it, and I would accept the filter. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Maybe if there's a way they can type and it will show above their heads, so maybe people would stop insulting people that don't use their mic and not realizing that they really can't speak.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so let me reflect back what I'm hearing. Make sure I get this right. So you know some people who are running into negative interactions, like in the rec center, because not only are they choosing not to use their mic, but they also can't speak in real life. Like these people who have difficulty speaking. And yeah, so maybe we could add an option where you could type arbitrary text messages and see them pop up in like this kind of in like the chat bubble kind of stuff.
Be perfectly fine. Put a filter on it. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, so that's actually something we've thought about. I don't think we've got it specifically planned right now, but it's definitely on the radar. I think that's yeah. I definitely wouldn't say a hard no on that one. I think we'd want to think through about.
Answer a question.
Okay, hang on a second, Bilal. So we want to think through the abuse potential and the moderation potential, and make sure we're not opening up a new way for people to be mean to each other. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting option. And you know, our goal is to make Rec Room accessible to the widest range of people possible. So yeah, making sure that people who can't or won't use a microphone, you know, they are just as important in Rec Room as anyone else. So yeah, we'll definitely look into that. Bilal, what do you want to say?
So regarding your question and suggestion, actually, we are looking for ways to make the.
You
might just cut off.
You just muted yourself. I think you did the mute gesture by accident.
How about now?
Yeah.
Now
yeah, sorry about that. So we are looking for ways to make the espresso more useful, and we may get rid of the pre-canned text But it's a very interesting idea to allow one of the options to just bring up a keyboard and whatever you type shows. It will be like the game one that can specifically say certain things. Could be that as an option. Would that work?
Yeah, it'd be fine. Anything with a filter, just somewhere, where, like, Jay Baluna, example, is one of my favorite builders, does not speak at all. Do you know how hard it is for him to try to explain stuff to everyone in the room? He has to add each individual person and then be rude and then delete them after.
Yeah, understood. Okay, yeah, we'll look into that. I think it's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for the suggestion. Appreciate it. Okay. Notorious, you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question that I pulled in from Twitch actually. Crow is wondering about the rewards to Golden Trophy. He noticed that the rewards in Golden Trophy are now the consumables rather than the unlockables like they were before. Is that going to be a permanent change or is that a temporary change?
This sounds like a BeeBoz question. All right, I'm going to throw. All right, this is going to be cool. I'm going to throw the microphone without looking. All right, watch this.
You didn't.
Hang on.
10 out of 10.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Good thing we have gravity pickup.
So when we changed over and added tokens and added the merch booth, the idea was that the way to get avatar items was through tokens, and the one sort of loophole that was left in the system is that you could, if you had all the quest items and you beat quest, then you would get a box that had avatar items in it. And so with this release, since we released consumables, we changed that to consumables. And the idea is for that to be a permanent change. We want the reward that you get at that point to be endless, right? For a while it was experience points, but that didn't really make sense because then when you get to level 30, they're not worth anything. But consumables, you can just keep getting consumables and you have more and more of that same thing. And the idea is that maybe you be someone who can kind of like mine that and then give that and share that out with other people in the long term. That's the thinking. All right,
hookshot microphone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Nice
Look at
catch,
that.
though.
Okay, I'm uncomfortable that BeeBoz's was cooler than mine. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, what do we got? DJ Jack, 83. 63. That's what I said. Are there going to be any more competitive modes? All right, so the question was, are there going to be any more competitive modes? Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
BeeBoz, I answered the question. Yes. Okay. Mr. Bird, didn't we had a question for earlier? Let's do another one. We can do another one from you.
Did you just like...
Have you ever planned on adding like signs where you could type out stuff and then like you know how whoever said that earlier about like typing stuff out and you could say it, like typing something out like a paragraph?
Yep.
For like rules for a custom room, you could like put it on a sign.
Minecraft.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
On PlayStation, it's kind of hard to write.
Yeah, totally. So the question is, in custom rooms, like often something what you need to do when you make a custom room, like, people have started to make some really, really cool games and things, and often you want to communicate the rules, and so people will often write them on a sticky note or something like that. And, and the handwriting, can be hard to get it to be clear enough, so the suggestion is maybe you could type it in, and it would come out as neatly formatted text, and it would make rule sheets easier to make. I think we will end up doing something like that. I'm not exactly sure when. Every update we're going to add new maker stuff. So that'll definitely come along at some point. It's definitely something we think is important. And we've even thought about maybe letting you enter the text on RecNet so that you've got a keyboard and you can enter in more detailed text and make it easy. And then just you go to the room page on RecNet, and if you're the owner, you can add in a rule sheet there or something like that. That make sense? Let's say yes. I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. Etude, what you got?
Etude.
So about the pizza, are you going to have more types, like really fluffy crust with maybe cheese in them? Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese.
Pineapple.
Hawaiian.
Donuts. Hawaiian, please.
I love more pizza ideas. So right now in the game, we've got the cheese pizzas in the store. There's also a pepperoni pizza and a supreme pizza that you can get from boxes. So keep an eye out for those. But yeah, I'm hearing. I'd love to hear more ideas for consumables, pizza consumables, drink consumables, whatever kind of consumables you want. Share them on Discord, share them on Reddit. But I'm hearing mac and cheese stuffed crust. I like that idea. Behind the back.
Mac and cheese pizza is pretty good.
Hey, pass it down.
Yeah,
Pass it down.
Hey.
I just cheered
All right, fine. All right, who's got a question? I'm not seeing any hands. I'm not seeing any hands.
Beat me in disc golf later.
All right, hang on. Can't read your name up the back there, but wait, who?
He's blind.
HBO. Right? This guy.
Notorious, Notorious, do the
Wait.
question for me. Hey,
Oh, let's see.
Over here.
who's first then? That's right.
Me first.
You guys
All right.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
Just point at him.
It'll work from that distance.
Okay, so I had this suggestion, just something to think about. You know those, when you're loading into the game, you see those little avatars standing there advertising the newest update?
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like these little stationary avatars. I was wondering if you would consider adding those as things you could have in your custom room, where like you place the head, place the body, put the hand where you want it, put clothes on it, your little wardrobe outfits, something like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun idea. That's a good thought. We'll think about that one. Yeah, like a stationary holotar kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. Something that's not moving, that you don't have to record. You can like position the hand exactly where you want it, put the body where you want it.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll put that one on the list.
It would be like
All right.
American.
Did we get everything up in this corner? These guys are just getting drunk on root beer, I can see, so we'll sleep. Hero Jasper.
Non-alcoholic.
Notorious, let's come down here.
I heard heat 0 for a second.
On the pirate quest, you can press the menu button and lock item in your hand. You should improve it where there's a clipboard that tells like new players that you can do that.
Okay, yeah, so suggestion is...
you should add a zoom to the camera. A zoom for it.
Zoom.
Okay, so good suggestion. We probably need to teach people that you can press the menu button to lock items to your hand in Lost Skulls. That's definitely something we hear a fair bit, is like, oh, my hand's getting tired, you're making me hold the sword the whole time. So yeah, use that lock button. But yeah, we should teach people that. Maybe we'll put a clipboard in. And then being able to zoom the camera. Sarriest, do you want to tackle this one?
Maybe. That's a hard maybe. We're gonna redesign the camera soon, so I guess that's one of the considerations you can have. Yeah. So, does BeeBoz want the mic?
Me.
Hey, you guys want
No.
Okay.
Just
I was like,
call out,
wait.
Gator.
Okay. So yeah, redesign of Shaken coming pretty soon. By pretty soon, I mean like a month or so.
All right. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, who else has got a question? What else we got? All right. Hey, let's do Gator CRX over here. Oh, is that your hand up, Gator?
Yeah, I got both hands in one because I got beer in the other.
Because we got two questions.
My first question, I guess, would be, what happened to random boxes?
Okay. All right. BeeBoz?
No. Everybody, almost. All right. I'm gonna say a good 40 to 60% of the people in this room know who I am.
Who? Who are you?
You can buy them at the merch booth now.
Who is he?
No.
No idea, right?
I have no idea.
Who is that?
They're way too expensive.
At the end of a quest, whenever you have all the quest items, usually we'd get, a random quest box still. And it's like
50-50
chance you get a new item, like clothing item.
So I answered this earlier, but yeah, the clothing items are now replaced with consumable items at the end of quest. If you have all the quest items and you beat quest, you'll get a consumable at the end of that now.
Wow. All right. That's a real letdown.
Did you have a second question? And like, what do you wish happened at the end of quest?
Well, I'd like to see the random items, come back instead of these consumable items.
Okay.
Consumable items are cool and all, but there's a little bit of issue there whenever you're running quests, helping people through that. They don't know exactly how to play the quest. They don't know where the spawn points are. They want to learn something about the quest. I have no point of playing the quest anymore.
Right.
I stopped playing the pirate quest 5 weeks ago whenever I got on my S rank. Yesterday I started playing it again.
All right, BeeBoz will take it under advisement. What's question number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, if people aren't motivated to play Quest anymore, certainly we don't want that. Sorry, if we're seeing people aren't motivated to play Quest anymore, certainly that's not the outcome that we're looking for. We want people to still feel motivated and continue playing Quest as much as they like. So we'll definitely keep thinking about that.
Helping new people is also a motivation.
Yeah,
Putting that out there.
Thank you for helping new people, by the way. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Gator's the name, drinking's the game. Wubba lubba dub dub.
Alright. Thank you, Gator. Alright, it's not Bilal. Let's go with not Bilal.
Did he say snotball?
No,
Yeah.
no.
So do we have... Did he fall for it? Do we still have duplicates in the Lost Skull Quest?
You want to answer that, Bilal?
That's a good question. How about Bilal answers that?
I'm
asking yeah, can we have Bilal answer it, please? I want to hear that question.
Yeah.
Do we still get... Do we...
Who's running this Q&A? Oh my god.
You're not getting that pizza tonight.
Alright, not Bilal. What's your question?
Do we still get duplicate items from the Lost Skull?
Okay, so I'm gonna have Bilal answer that question. Where's Bilal? Where was Bilal? He was here a second ago. Let's have him answer that question.
I think he went to get more pizza.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. All right, we'll come back to Bilal.
You gotta run into the phone booth and change into your other outfit.
Yeah, you gotta do. No, you gotta spin like Wonder Woman.
All right.
But he changed his name to not.
Okay, so Bilal, we had a question that I've forgotten.
Yeah, you used to get duplicate items in Lost Skull and actually never other items other than the Lost Skull items. Now there's no more duplicates, but you just get consumables. So if you were playing Lost Skulls before and you were not motivated, you should be a little bit more motivated now, at least.
Cool.
All right,
Nice.
thank you, not Bilal.
Yeah, good question.
All right, Notorious, you got another one?
Yeah, I have a Discord question from the newbie man. He's wondering what are some of the other side effects of the engine upgrade to Unity? Because you mentioned that fixing whatever bug it was going on was fixed. Are there any other sort of side effects?
Yeah. So the question was, what other side effects of upgrading Unity other than fixing the bug and helping with PS4 performance? So, well, I mean, on the negative side, there's like always with an engine upgrade, there's new and unknown problems, so we'll have to shake them out. So please, if you encounter bugs or weirdness beyond our normal bugs and weirdness, please always let us know. All right. And then, so there are some, so having upgraded to this version of Unity, it actually opens up a bunch of optimization avenues that weren't available to us before. They're a little technical to get into, but we're happy to chat about it on Discord. But yeah, there's basically a bunch of new features that will help us optimize the game, add more space to custom rooms, make the lighting look better, make the shadows look better, stuff like that. So it'll take us the next few weeks and months to fully utilize all of those features. But that's a really nice side effect of upgrading to a newer version of the engine. Yeah. Okay, Malcolm Flex.
All right, so I play a lot of disc golf. And I know that custom rooms, like, we have the stuff for disc golf, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
When can we expect that to be, like, a thing?
Okay. All right. Good question. So the question was, first of all, thank you for playing a lot of disc golf. So disc golf, I have a soft spot in my heart for disc golf. I think it's really fun. The goal is that you should be able to build your own custom disc golf rooms. I wasn't actually aware that the goals in the sandbox machine weren't working. We'll check them out and make sure we work. We should probably be able to fix them up for the next update. The goal is definitely to allow you to make your own disc golf course in a custom room. So yeah, we'll take a look. Thanks for the heads up. All right, who else got a question for us? Okay, I'm going to come across this side. I'm going to go across this side. I'll come back. Okay. Let's go, Kobe.
Okay. When will the pirate items be added to the sandbox machine?
Oh, so the question was, when will the pirate items be added to the sandbox machine? So the answer is soon. We got super distracted trying to fix this crash bug and didn't do any actual work. So we should be able to add some of them next update. I hope I'm not wrong about that, but I should be. Which ones especially do you want?
Cannon.
All of them.
So I can smash them on my friend's head.
All of them.
Pretty much the only reason.
gun. Cannon.
I have one other thing.
Okay.
There's this group going around saying that they're working with you, and it's really annoying. They keep on saying like, "Oh, I'm working with the Rec Room team." With like PlayStation players.
That's a
to get, like, an
COC
exclusive
violation.
shirt. And it's just annoying. Like it's just really annoying.
Do you have their
Yeah.
names?
So yeah, definitely let's not go into specifics in a public location.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely like posing as authority figures or devs is something that we don't like because it means people don't know. When information is coming that's correct or not. So please get in touch with us via private message or via email, conductedagainstgrab.com, and we'll take a look. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not necessarily not true, but yeah, let's take it offline and we'll talk about it. All right, Jolly Doug, what you got?
So in the custom rules, when you edit the circuits, I noticed that the tooltips you got when you highlight parts, are gone now, except when you have like the connect tool active. Could you return that?
Yeah, so okay. So the question was some tooltips on the chips in when you're making circuits in the custom room. The tooltips went away, except when you're using the connect mode of the maker pen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
I
Before
have to
you
look
could
at it.
use like the settings tool to see that.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Duffy about that one of our other devs. I'll make sure we mention that one to him. I'm not aware. I don't think that was a deliberate change, but I'll talk to him. Make sure.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Let's go back over this side. Knock Toto.
Yeah, all right.
Alright, so a couple things. You know how the cosmetics now, they now take stuff from the merch booth and take up space on the merch booth now, so there's less cosmetic items. Are you thinking about making a different section for those things, or, so there's more items? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I hope all of that was planned.
So the pizzas and the potions and the camera film are taking up a lot of space in this week's merch booth because we just launched them, so we're giving them a little more room to shine. But in the future, we're going to balance that out more with clothing avatar items, and we're talking about ways to expand the store so you can buy lots more items than just 12 or 8 or whatever we can fit in that little merch booth there. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Like I didn't know if you guys were gonna make like a separate section for those, like I guess near soccer or something. That plain wall that's there for just cosmetic or the items
we
there.
haven't settled on
or you're gonna make like a cafeteria or something. I don't know, for food.
Yeah, we haven't settled on any particular one
solution yet, but we are talking like things like that. Yeah, different sections for different things, or lots of things all in one space. But you should see something sooner or later that lets you buy lots of items.
And
just one more thing. Okay, so now that you can't get random items from quests anymore, are the 5-star boxes ever coming back, or is everything a 4-star box now? All the 5-star, 4-star.
5-star items will definitely be coming back.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
The crowd goes wild.
All right, there we go. All right. Okay, who else has got a question? All right, so person. Hello, person.
Please, can you pause the TV? I have 2 questions.
All right. I've got one answer.
Okay.
Are we ever going to get like boxes other than the merch booth anywhere else?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of ways to get boxes. You can get boxes from the merch booth, like you said. You can get boxes when you finish activities. When you finish an activity, there's a chance you'll get a box. You can get tokens out of those boxes. You can get clothing out of those boxes. You can get potions, pizza, camera film out of those boxes. So finishing activities is a way to get boxes aside from the merch booth.
Okay, and my other question is, a while ago I made a new lounge, and the couches were they were red. Why were they red?
Awesome, you unlock the secret red couches in the lounge.
They've always been red.
I'm gonna give it a secret leg. Under the leg, which you can't see.
This is a
I think she,
blue
like,
couch.
reloaded them
or something.
Yeah, that's a known issue.
They were blue before, now they're red.
The couches, it's just a weird bug in Sandbox mode. We'll fix it. That actually, so sorry, I forgot to mention. Ultimately, the goal is that we want you to be able to like change the color of the furniture and stuff like that. We got to figure out how to make that work. But like, really, what we'd like is to be able to set the pattern on things and change the textures. But it's going to take us a while to figure that out. Actually, that's something I should mention in this update. Something that we worked on a ton was stabilizing and fixing a bunch of bugs in loading and restoring the custom rooms. So if you haven't gone to the contest winners room, the room called Contest Winners, I really, really recommend it. It's the rooms that we gave prizes to for the recent creators contest that we did. Super amazing. The work that people did just blew us away completely. And we also learned, like, all of the crazy stuff they were doing blew up the custom room system in all kinds of important ways. So we fixed a ton of bugs. It was a great way to learn. And actually, we'll be doing another custom room contest sooner rather than later too. So just keep that in mind. If you want to participate, start thinking about what you might build for the next custom room contest. Ooh. All right, Gator, you seem to have another question. Let's go over here.
All right, yeah, I got another question. Jolly kind of jogged my memory on this. Sorry, the hands are big, and that really threw me off.
Yeah, same.
Excuse me. Anyways,
Look at the big head.
Jolly started to come up with the thing that jogged my memory, and you started to hit on that subject, and I was hoping you'd, hit the nail on the head. The thing is, with the maker room, there's been an issue with being able to save the room.
Dang it.
I'm a quest writer, so I don't really make rooms. I started making a tower defense game because Cole made the Wasteland, Harrison made the Borderlands, so I started making a tower defense game.
Yeah.
Well, I got halfway through, started playing Quest, came back, I got almost finished, finished with tower, did a little bit of other stuff. Wouldn't let me save.
All right. Oh man, yes. Okay. So really sorry about that. We always hate to hear it when something goes wrong. Hopefully that sounds very much like one of the bugs that we fixed in this update. So you might want to try do a little test build. Like, don't put in too much effort. Just like spend 10 minutes building and save and make sure it's working for you. But it should be a lot more reliable. And believe me, it's a very very top priority for us to make sure that the save and load works reliably.
Yeah, because 9 hours of work just went down the drain.
Sorry, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's no fun.
Hold on, let me check what time it is right now. Just today I've been on here for 22 and a half hours.
What?
Oh, wow.
Good heavens, man. That's a lot of
Take a break. Take a nap.
It's a lot of record.
No,
That's a lot of
I don't
record.
sleep.
100
That's a lot of record. All right, Winter, what you got?
It's too cold outside to do anything.
So I have two questions about the dorm room. First question, do you have any plans on us being able to customize our dorm rooms? Because I know the only thing you can really do right now is draw, but you can't really post, like, if I wanted to take a picture and post it on my mirror, I kind of want it to be able to stay there next time I load in. Am I not talking into it or something?
No, you're good.
Second question was, actually there's kind of 2 or 3, but I know that there's a lot of rows of, if you load into your shirts, there's a million rows of shirts. Do you have any plans on being able to, compress that down and maybe put them into separate files? And then third question is, do you plan on bringing multiple people into like a dorm room?
Okay. All right. So let me hit all of those. So the question was, are we going to let you save the state of your dorm room? So maybe you can customize it a little bit. So I would say, no, we're probably not going to let you save the dorm room anytime soon. The reason is we use the dorm room for a lot of things, including when you lose your internet connection. So if something goes wrong with Rec Room, or you can't hit the internet, or you go offline, or something weird happens, we need at least one guaranteed offline room that we can always take you to. And so we use the dorm room for that, which means we can't always load things from the server. So we kind of use that as a safe zone. What we probably will do, Bilal might correct me, but I think what we can probably do is let you spawn into a custom room by default. So you can actually have any custom room serve as the room that you spawn into by default, so that would be saved and persistent. So we'll probably do it that way. Rather than make your dorm room customizable, we'll make it so that you can use any of your custom rooms as your dorm room. Does that make sense? Yes, thank you. And then in terms of browsing your items, Bilal, do you want to yell at me about that?
Oh, no, actually, I think that's a great point. We have a bunch of arcades requested that, and there is a non-trivial way of doing it right now. You can boot to your custom rooms by default if you add a bunch of parameters. We can discuss in Discord and give you guys the options. But we can make it a more common, easier use case in your watch and stuff like that if people care for it.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, and then, yes, we're definitely looking at improving the browsing of the items in the dorm room. That's definitely a problem. You get more and more items. They get more and more unruly. The system we have internally for tweaking that stuff is not very good. It's one of the earliest systems we wrote in Rec Room. We haven't improved it since. So, yeah, that's definitely on the list to kind of improve that browsing experience for sure. All right. I'm going to go over this side. I'll come back to you guys in a second. Let's go.
2 minutes.
All right, let's go HBL, then Malcolm Flex.
So I've got a question, but I also wanted to just throw out there, congratulations on winning that Twitter Oculus vote.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Thank you.
That really well deserved by you guys to release their game. I think you deserved it.
Thank you. Who voted for us on Twitter in the Oculus poll?
I did.
Thank you all. Thank you. Really appreciate that. That was.
Did we get something?
Really fun. No, I don't think we won anything other than bragging rights.
Free tokens.
Yeah. Yeah, we got one
and a little recommendation, just another thing to think about. Would you consider allowing us to change our clothes individually from our watch instead of saving an outfit, like change a specific hat or a specific shirt?
Maybe. So the question was, will we allow you to just change out specific items from the watch? So I think, yes, probably. So we're looking at actually doing some avatar updates soon. That's also going to affect the way that you do clothes and things. So yeah, we'll have a think about that one. I don't know. That's the short answer. Yeah, we're going to add some more hair colors.
Yay.
Malcolm Flex.
All right, so my question is, like, I'm super lazy with typing. So, like, will you guys ever, like, implement, like, a phone type of thing so I could, like, call HB in a different room and be like, yo, come to get something.
Yo, that's great. So, like, basically voice chat that would work from one room to another?
Yes, that'd exactly.
Cool. Oh, I don't know. All right.
Great idea.
So we were entertaining the idea of sending your friends holotars and the other recordings where you can record yourself completely and send. Not sure when it would be done, but I think the idea that we have been entertaining for some time now.
That's awesome.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all right, good choice. All right, let's go in the middle on the stairs here. I can't read your name, I'm sorry.
Who, me?
Oh, there we go. Yes,
my stand?
I am the Senate.
Where's my stand?
Your stand?
Yes, a few Q&As ago I came here. I asked if you were going to change the name of the stand, and I recommended the Murph stand. I'm still waiting for it.
I remember that. I remember that. I just did that transcription.
Are you saying that I promised something and then forgot? Come on, man. There's no way. BeeBoz, do you have more context for this? Because I've totally forgotten.
No, I mean, we could look at the log that Notorious keeps.
Your mic's out.
Oh, whoops.
We could look at the log, but I believe that we did say to Murph that it seemed like a good idea that we changed the name of the merch booth to the Murph booth.
I might. Okay, I think I was not at that Q&A.
Okay.
Gribbly, what is promising stuff?
If you go check the rec center, it's called the Murph booth now.
Very well.
No, I mean, Bilal just did it while we were talking.
Yeah, exactly, right now.
Yeah.
And now he's doing it. Oh gosh.
I promise. Would I lie to you, Murph?
Yes.
Good answer.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right. Sam Collins, what you got? Did you have a question?
Yeah.
Thank you for embarrassing me thoroughly, Murph. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I have a couple of things actually. First of all, I think you should make these rooms a bit bigger because I think me and like 10 other friends were trying to get in and none of us did.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, we're trying. Optimizing all the time.
And my friend suggested bigger clothes shops because it's kind of awkward to get your hands on those nowadays.
Yeah. So definitely something we're thinking about. Like literally today, we had a nice hour-long discussion about what does the future of shopping in Rec Room look like, and getting clothes and managing clothes. So as BeeBoz said earlier, we don't yet know exactly what's happening, but we definitely know we gotta improve all of that. So yeah, we'll take that as additional urgency that we need to be doing something on there. All right, how are we on time? We're a little bit over time, but we started a bit late. Let's do Etude and then Jeff and then Sublime, and then we're done.
Behind
All
you.
right, Etude, what you got? Sorry, Adam.
Okay, I have 2 small questions. First of all, are you gonna add more quests?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they're done with quests.
Okay.
They're actually going to take them away.
What? Okay, a lot of people like potatoes and unicorns. Are you thinking anything about that?
I think of little else other than potatoes and unicorns. Yeah.
How about zombies?
I'm thinking about them right now.
I'm thinking about potatoes.
Yeah.
With butter.
I would kill for a
Potatoes
potato.
with butter
Yeah.
on
Do
pizza.
you have the unicorn shirt from Laser Tag? Oh, sorry, the laser corn shirt.
Not yet.
I thought you were a unicorn fan. I guess not.
Well, no, I was talking to you.
Yeah.
Her name was Sasha.
Okay. All right. So yes, unicorns and potatoes. We hear you. Jeff, what you got?
Okay. So as much as I would spend on pizza, the prices seem a little bit high. I would like 1,000 tokens to give me more than about 13 pizzas. Do you think about like lowering the price?
We do. We think about the prices often every day. Bilal and I have a conversation about prices. So I wouldn't say the prices are set at where they are now. We're experimenting. We're seeing what the right prices are for things. So yeah, it's something we think about.
Right. Thank you.
We're also thinking about ways to give you guys more tokens too.
Awesome. More tokens.
Yeah. So just to be clear, we think about unicorns, potatoes, boxing game modes, and then prices.
Go-karts.
And go-karts.
All right, Sublime.
Oh god.
Last question.
Serious.
Alright, so first of all, thank you guys so much for everything that you do.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So with more and more custom rooms being created that are based on other IPs, and with the recent addition of the audio chips, are there concerns about the custom rooms possibly being removed for copyright issues?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if people are flagrantly violating copyrights in custom rooms, we'll have a legal requirement to take them down in some cases. So we're just going to treat that as a case-by-case basis. Okay. We ask people use your judgment. There are certain kinds of homages to other IPs that are going to be acceptable, others that aren't. So yeah, we'll treat that on a case-by-case basis. But yeah, all I can really say about that is, we have to follow the law on that one, and we will.
Of course. I figured it might be a common sense question, but you never know.
Yeah. But so it hasn't been a problem so far. But yeah, definitely something we'll keep an eye on. But yeah, good question.
All right.
Good question.
I appreciate it.
All right, so thank you, everyone. We're going to call it there. Thanks, everyone, for coming to the Q&A. We really, really appreciate it. As always, come find us on Reddit. Come find us on Discord. Let us know what you think. We love you all. Please be excellent to each other.
Okay, now you can use your potion.
And we'll see you next time.
Yay!
Bye.
Pizzas,
GG.
All right, I got to go.
I want all pizza. I haven't eaten in 3 hours.
Hey,
Can we get meat lovers?
One more question.
Yeah,
Real
what's up?
quick. So, are you ever gonna add the chips to the confetti guns or something, so we can trigger confetti when somebody walks in or something like that?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, it seems like something totally that we would add to the chip system.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll pass it along to the dev who's doing the chip stuff.
And what language do you write this in?
Where did you get that? What's that?
What language do you write this in?
I think it's. I am not the right person to ask that, but I think it's C#. We use Unity.
Okay, yeah, because I've been messing around with Unity and C# too, and I was just kind of wondering if it was the same language I was learning. Because I'm super beginner. I'm never gonna be anywhere to your team status, but
You're already better than me.
I just wanted to know.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
The ping pong tables are a little wonky. I was playing with a friend, and the ball would go through the table.
So it would be really useful.
We have that bug on our list. We're gonna fix it soon, probably. Thanks for reminding me though.
Mark my words. I will join every single Q&A until I get the stand.
The Murph
Might as
booth.
well make a polls for reference.
Hey,
Let's see what I can do for you, Murph.
Or you could do. Or
You should do that as an April Fool's thing. That would be funny.
Whatever you want to call it. It just has to have my name in it.
Video of that.
Okay, I like it.
Smurfs.
And we could try to reproduce it with like lots and lots of
but they're have unlimited use.
Okay, that's another way we could do it.
I just had a brief follow-up from somebody that I promised in Discord and then I never did.
Yeah, no worries.
With the 5 stars, is there anything sort of in the works? Like, are they going to be re-rated to 4 stars? Or is it like...
The current plan is that they were going to come back as 5 stars. We're just not sure, like what I was talking about earlier, like how we're going to redo the store and sell a bunch of things. So we're not going to sure if they're going to appear in the merch booth or they're going to appear in the next iteration of whatever, however we're selling things. But they're 5 stars definitely coming back.
Thank you.
I'm so pissed off.
All right, well, so that's the Q&A. There were a lot of really interesting questions, and unfortunately, I didn't get to all the ones from Twitch and from Discord, but I did what I could. It was a really nice format. I really like the new room. Definitely, if you have any follow-up questions, jump in the Discord, jump in the subreddit. They're always watching and they're always listening. That sounded super big brothery, but anyway, Pig Size dying in front of me here. So yeah, you like these, subscribe. I will throw this up on YouTube in a couple days. We do transcriptions. If you want to help with that, hop in the Discord. So thanks for watching.